Hi guys, my name is Anastasia and you're on my channel. Hi to everybody. So guys, today we will watch the 6 episodes, 9th season of my 600 LB life, and as usual I will watch this video with you, speak my mind, share my emotion, maybe even like a little time philosophize. And I immediately apologize in advance that every 3 seconds my screen will flash because YouTube does not skip this video in a different way, unfortunately, and I tried to fix it but it doesn't work at any different way. But I hope for your support and understanding, and I hope that these episodes will be also so interesting like all our previous episodes, and we enjoy this time together. And don't forget about like and comments, I need it. So let's start, let's watch it together.
Their father was murdered, so I basically raised them by myself.
Oh,
Tell me about that.
It's Tammy's stories. 40 years old. Oh my gosh, this heroine already has a big problem with her health, and once again we're convinced how scary it is and how bad it is for our body.
Every day, I wake up desperate for a change. Because being the size I am and carrying around this much weight, my body is in constant pain because of the strain I have on it. And every day it gets worse because every day something new hurts. And I just feel like I'm trapped in this body. Living like this is torment. And I hate it because I've let things get to the point where my daughters have to live with me to take care of me because of how much weight that's on me. Serenity is 21. And then I have Alize also here with me. She's 19.
Morning.
Morning.
How you sleep?
I slept all right, but my back is killing me. Knees hurt so bad.
Knees.
But guys, the daughter is certainly not seen either. They're fed together.
Look a little swollen. Probably get some breakfast started for you. Take some of the stress off of you.
Thank you, baby. I'm super hungry.
You're welcome.
I'm embarrassed I've let things get to this point where I constantly have to have someone looking after me. And, you know, even my mom had to move in recently, too, to help out, too, since I have trouble doing anything by myself.
Within the past year or so, I've noticed she's having a harder time. So I stopped working at my full-time job and pretty much started doing home health for her. I help her out with a lot because it's way more difficult for her to do, you know, what we think is small tasks. Feel scared sometimes when I think about it because we've been basically...
So guys, you know, it seems to me the most terrible thing is when you're helpless and cannot cope alone. And I'm now not talking about money here or something another thing. I say about some simple thing like cook some dinner or some meal for yourself, or clean your apartments, or just go outside for a walk. And for me, it's the most helpful in this situation.
Doing everything for her for so long, it's just almost like we've weakened her a little bit. But then I don't think about it because she's my mom, and you know, I know she would do it for me.
I definitely feel like I'm out of all my energy sooner and sooner. But when it comes to cleaning myself, I don't want my daughters to have to take that on. So I try to do it myself still. But I'm getting to the point where it's too much for me. I can't stand for too long to do it. And that scares me because I won't even have the ability to get out of bed soon if I keep going like this. So I could say within the next year or so, I may be bedbound and not able to do anything for myself.
By the way, guys, I noticed that they all love bright makeup. I mean, so bright. I also love it when, for example, for some interesting events like wedding year or her birthday or some fest like New Year's or another. And what do you think about it, guys? Do you like really bright makeup?
My knees hurt more. I do walk slower. So at this point, my addiction to food is leading me to get worse by the day because I can't stop going to it for the comfort I need, to have the happiness it brings me, and to keep that feeling with me as long as possible. And so I eat constantly. It starts with my first meal, breakfast, and then I'm pretty much eating all day after that.
Oh. What is it?
I think when you become accustomed to eating so much, you don't know how to stop.
But I'm the one portioning her food. And in the past, I have enabled her. It became a pattern for me. If she wanted it, I would get it.
No, it's your mother.
No wasn't in my vocabulary. You know, I always tried to give them what they wanted when I could. So, of course, I enabled her. I didn't know how to stop, just like she.
But mother looks very good compared to them, and she's the thinnest, I think. It turns out strange. She turns a blind eye to the fact that her daughter overeats and does nothing about it. It's strange.
She didn't know how to stop. I'm gonna say most of the time I give in. So basically, I'm still not saying no. I'm sorry it took so long.
Food is my only escape from the misery I have. You know, once I start, I don't want to stop. So, eat as much as I want. After I eat, I'll snack. I snack all day. Only time I'm not snacking is if I'm eating a meal or if I'm asleep. Well, I eat as much as I can, and I love it. I love everything about it except how I know it's killing me and taking my life from me. Because at my size now, my life is hard, but I don't want it to get to the point where it's unbearable. I'm already shocked. I even let it get to the point that I'm at now because I never thought I'd end up like this. I struggled with my weight all my life, but
so
when I was
kind.
really young, I was a happy, fun, loving kid. Those were happy times, and I felt like we had a happy family too then.
So cute.
Growing up, it was just me and my brother and my mom. In my earlier years, my dad was involved. So my home life and my family was good then. But when I was 9 is when things started going bad financially for us. We didn't have money to take care of the house, pay the rent, and I found out later that my dad had got addicted to drugs and he started using the money for drugs. So my mom's dad lived in Texas and he told my mom he would help her start over. So we left California. We moved to Texas. My dad stayed in California, so it was just me, my brother, and my mom. But you know, as a kid, it was very hard. I didn't know anyone. All of our family was back in California. I didn't have any friends. So food became all I had for a while. That was how I dealt with the loneliness in my life then, by eating. And so that's when I started gaining. And by the time I was 10, I probably weighed about 150. My mom never put me on a diet, and she never restricted my food, and she never made a comment about my weight. Even when I saw my weight increasing, she never said anything.
And I saw the weight gain, but
So in general, Dad was addicted for drugs, and now she's addicted to food. She tried to replace food with everything she liked, but now this food became a barrier for her happy life.
Ignored it. I ignored it because I was happy when she was happy. I knew that the food was hurting her. I really did. So, of course, I feel bad and guilty. And, I do hold myself responsible a lot because I really didn't know what to do myself.
As I got older, of course, the weight went up. And so in junior high, I was probably about 250. And I put on another 100 pounds over the next 2 or 3 years. And so by the time I graduated, I know I was in the 300s. So I was bigger, but my weight didn't feel like it was out of control then, or that it was really holding me back at that point. So after high school, I moved away to college, but I didn't like being away, and I missed my mom like crazy. So I came back home because I didn't want to be away from her anymore. But right after I came back, I found out that she had a drug addiction and she wanted to get help for it. So my mom went to a rehabilitation center in California. To be honest, I never knew that she was on drugs until she went to the rehabilitation center. When she left to go to California, I felt sad. I felt alone because my brother was in college, my mother was in California, and I was back here in Wichita Falls, Texas, by myself. The only two people that had been my world were gone. So I used food for my comfort again and kept gaining some more. And by the time I was 19, I was just over 350 then. And I could still function and do things without too much trouble. But I met someone at that time, Victor, and we started to date. He was my friend's uncle, and he was a very handsome, very, very loving man. I loved him very much, and I just enjoyed him. It was a very happy time in my life.
Okay, what an interesting love she has, and I wonder what their age difference was. Guys, what do you think?
And when I was with him was when I had my 3 children.
Oh.
First, my oldest, Deontay. Then a year after that, I had my daughter, Serenity. And then 2 years after that, I had my youngest, Alizé. I got to be over 400 pounds over those years by the time I was 22. But even though I was getting bigger, Victor never, ever commented about my weight. He only made me feel loved. He made me feel beautiful. So I loved being with him. And me and Victor were together for 5 years, almost 6. At that time, I was trying to go back to school so I could have a career. He was working. He had started a job where he was working overnight. So we weren't spending any time together. So I think we just basically grew apart, but we never lost our friendship. And we still loved each other very much. And he was still very involved with our children. So it wasn't a bad breakup. But what caused me to spiral after that was a couple of years later when he died tragically.
What
I'll
happened?
never forget the moment I found out what had happened. He was murdered. He had a jealous girlfriend. She thought if he would come and see his children, he was with me. And she stabbed him with a knife. And when I heard that, I was devastated. I had never experienced loss.
What a trash! Entering into a relationship with Victor, his new girlfriend, she had to understand that he had children and that he would visit them. Guys, really, I don't understand the woman that agreed to have a relationship with an unmarried man who had children, yeah, and at the same time they forbid to visit them. What is the main point? Guys, what do you think about the situation?
Not like that. I didn't know what to do. So I just started eating to deal with the pain and to try to make it go away. I was 27 when I started doing that. So by the time I was in my 30s, I was over 500 pounds.
Oh.
And now I'm 41, and I know I have to be over 600 because I'm getting immobile. So I can't take care of myself. But I have grandkids now, and I want to play a very active role in both of their lives. My oldest is Demarion. He turned 1 in August, and my oldest daughter, Serenity, is her son, Caden, who's 5 months old. Here's your bottle. Okay. I want them to know me. I just want them to be able to remember doing things with me and not just look on the wall and say, oh, there's a picture of her. I want to be able to take them places and not just sitting on the sideline. But food is taking my ability to do that from me.
Of course, it is clear that her mother wants to have the best for her, because I think that's the worst thing in our life when our children are unhappy. Guys, and what do you think? Do you have a good relationship with your mother or father?
And I don't know how to shake that because I decided to stop and change. But the hunger pains come and the depression I have. You got a big boy? You all done. You drink all the milk up. And then the craving comes, and I feel like I just can't get away from it. You can't get away from food. You have to have it, so it's always around. They use food to celebrate. Every event, birthday party, wedding, funeral, food.
Every time.
So you're always around your addiction. So how can you stop when it's like that? Oh.
Did he already eat? He ate it all?
Just obsessed with it.
So why don't you just order online?
Burgers, chicken, what?
My mom is missing out on her life. It kind of just hit her here recently with me having a child, because if I'm sick and I'm not able to help with my child, she wants to help, but it's hard for her, you know, with her being that size. You know, she would like to help more, but she just can't.
You placed the order?
Yes.
All right.
I got the 25 tender meal, 5-piece fried fish. I got fries and mashed potatoes and a family okra, some chocolate chip cookies with it.
Okay.
A lot of
I
food,
can hardly
really.
wait for it to get here.
Oh, first month, finally.
Mom? I think I'm about ready. All right, buddy. We're driving to Houston today because we're going to meet Dr. Now. I got an appointment with him tomorrow. So I'm going to try and get down there and see him and hopefully get his help. I'm so ready for a change. I am ready to get the tools that he provides so that I can begin this journey and get a new life. But this is a very...
Yeah, I'm so glad that she's ready to change her life and she wants it. Congratulations.
Very big trip for me.
Got your breakfast?
Oh, you got breakfast?
Yeah.
All right, good. I don't even leave my house at all anymore. So to do this has me worried. Because the drive is about 5.5 to 6 hours. But I'm probably gonna need frequent stops, so it'll probably be a little longer than that.
Oh, it's gonna be a long ride, right?
Yep, I'm ready.
It is a really long way.
I'm proud of you, baby. I really am. Taking this step. You know, we got your back.
I know my knee will be stiff. Kind of worried about being in the car for so long because I know that I'll be stiff by the time we get from Wichita to Houston.
All right, this is your new beginning.
But my mom is going with me and my daughter Serenity and her son Caden is going with me on the trip to Houston. So I'll have their help to do this and make it there, which is very important because my mom and my daughter are definitely my support system. I have a family that's behind me.
Wait,
she has a good support.
And that's the only reason I feel confident I'm going to be able to do this.
It's so hard to hear.
I'm really excited to visit with Dr. Now and to see him because it's just a lot I would like to ask him. Here, you can grab my arm. That way, I don't know, you know exactly how to cook for her and healthier. I am sort of worried about her taking this long trip. It's gonna be a little hard, but she has this last chance, you know?
Yeah, I think it will be really a long and difficult way, but no one says that it will be like hook, one click and you're the thinnest girl in the world. No. It wouldn't be simple, yeah, and you need to be patient and go to your goal.
Take a breath.
It's difficult.
I am in, Mama. But even with all the support and help, I'm still scared about doing this because I have to hold myself accountable for my actions now. I used to be able to eat whatever I wanted to eat, but now I have to be more conscious of what I eat, how much I eat, and that scares me.
All right, let's do this.
Of course it scares her because she must to have change everything. I mean, not about her portion control, I mean about all. It's really like new step into your life, and now she's eating a lot of junk food, and of course it's impossible to lose weight on this meal.
But I know I am definitely at a crossroad, and I have to do something now because my old life is killing me. So I'm ready to change and get to a new place that's better. So that's what I'm envisioning for me to make into a reality. And I'm telling myself that I'm only a short ways from starting. We've been on the road a couple of hours, and I am stiff. This is hurting me a little more than I thought it would at this point. So soon in the trip. So that has me a little worried some. But food has been helping take my mind off it all.
She ate 1 hour ago.
We thought we needed to make the trip. But I'm relying on the help it's giving me a little more than I thought I needed to. So we just ran out and need to get some more. because that distraction and the help it gives me is what's helping me manage right now. So I just need that. Keeping myself distracted is keeping me going, and I have to keep going. I want hard tacos.
How many?
About 6. Get the pack.
Can I get a 10 pack
she's
of hard
eating
tacos?
all time.
A meat burrito.
A meat burrito. And can I get a
Of
chili
course
burger
she
with
can
no
lose her weight.
lettuce? That'll be all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thankfully, the pain and discomfort isn't unbearable yet. It's just getting worse the longer I'm in the car. So I'm just trying to take this a moment at a time and not let my worry overwhelm me too much, because we still have around 4 hours to get there. So that's like double how long I've already been in the car. So I just keep myself as distracted as I can and hope and pray that it doesn't get to a point that I can't handle, because I have to make this trip to see Dr. Now. Because if I'm not able to do that and get help, then I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be around. So I can't let anything stop me, no matter what it takes.
It. But you need to understand that it's new life. It's new habits. Without our eating. Oh, Houston.
Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. After about 7 hours on the road, we made it to Houston. But it was long. And being in the car like that was hard on me, especially my back and my knees. So I am tired. So I know I'm gonna be especially stiff tomorrow. We did get here, and I thank God for that, because the whole trip was just hard on all of us.
Today was really exhausting. I'm not gonna even tell you, no lie. I'm tired, she's beat down, my granddaughter's tired, we have a baby with us. She has to bathe. Of course, I'll be helping her. And then she has a early morning. I mean, we rode all day. We stopped.
Yeah, it is time to relax. I think that everybody is really so tired. And I remember when I was 30, maybe for about 30 hours into a road, and it would make me crazy. I think it's so difficult. And for her, with her weight, of course, it's much harder than we can also thought. So guys, in how many hours were you in a transport at most?
We got held up in traffic. We had babies, we had puppies. I mean, it was, to be honest, it was awful.
Of course.
But I'm proud of her.
I'm gonna go get the food.
Okay.
She is so strong.
Tammy actually did pretty good. She had a few ups and downs with her leg, but I think 7 hours she did pretty good, because she never gets out. You know, she haven't been this far in a long time, honestly. And she did a lot better than I thought, because I thought there was gonna be a lot of crying and complaining, or, Mom, I changed my mind because of the long drive. To see her come this far, I don't know. It's a big deal. It's a really big deal, because she stays at home in that bed. Half the time she's scared to go down her stairs, you know? So her coming this far only tells me that she really wants this. She's ready. And I have to be there for her. I have to. You know, as a mother, you know, I have to. I failed her enough growing up. But if we hadn't got this far, I was afraid she's just gonna get bigger. The food is not gonna stop. I don't know how to help her. And
I think when you become accustomed to eating so much, you don't know how to stop, so. I'm just glad that we come this far.
That's fine. That's good. That's fine. This is my last meal, Chinese, one of my favorite meals. So I did want to enjoy it one last time before I...
For these 7 hours, they ate more than 5 times. I think it's not normal, of course. And of course, it's so difficult to lose her weight. And she eats all forbidden food. It is impossible. It's not a magic that you're not that you're eating a lot of food. You're overeating, and then you can be thinner. It doesn't work like this way.
Get the doctor's orders, and then it's head up, chest out from here on out. Because I'm ready to do this and follow Dr. Now's program and whatever he tells me tomorrow morning at my appointment. So I'm gonna take all his advice very seriously and stick to his diet, and it's just gonna help with my quality of life. But I know without his help and guidance, I'm not gonna have any chance to get better and have a life. I know that this is something that I have to do. I feel rested and ready for today and to see Dr. Now. I'm nervous, but I'm also excited because I've been looking forward to this day for years now. So I'm excited to meet Dr. Now, to get his tools, and to start my journey. I'm glad my mom is going with me for support because my mom is basically the cook. She fixed the meal, so I would like for her to have the tools and
they are so
the know-how. I know today is going to be a new start for me, where I do away with all the bad and unhealthy stuff to get better, and I'm ready for it. I'm just a little nervous about what Dr. Now is going to say and what he's going to tell me to do to get weight loss surgery and have that new life.
Tammy?
I think some of that will probably depend on my weight. The higher my weight is, the more I'll probably have to do to show him I can do this. But whatever it is, I'm gonna do it. I just hope my starting point is reasonable and I'm where I think I am. Because I've known I'm around 600. I fluctuate, some above, some below that. But at the same time, I also know. It's been a while since I weighed myself, so I'm worried that the number is higher than I think it is in my head. But I'm hoping it's not. That's a bit of a relief to see. I had some worry I could be up in the 600s and higher than I was expected. So I'm glad I'm not. But at the same time, I know that weight is nothing to be proud of.
Exactly.
You know, the reason I'm here is because my weight is too high, and that has to come down. And once I have the tools to do it, that's gonna be my main priority. And no matter what Dr. Now says I need to do, I'm willing to work hard and do it so that I'm a success at this to where I'm able to get my life back.
Hello.
Hello, Dr. Now.
How y'all doing?
Doing good.
All right. So, Tammy, where are you coming from?
From Wichita Falls.
So, North Texas.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, about a 5-hour drive, huh?
Yes, sir.
That's not too bad. So, what brought you down here?
Weight loss.
Okay, so you're almost 600 pounds.
Yes, sir.
So far, what you have done to lose weight?
I've tried a couple of diets. I've tried to just not eat as much or eat salads or something like that, but none of them have worked.
Something like that.
Well, none of them work because they're not sustainable. So if you stay on it a long time, it will work. But the problem is you can't stick to them long term because discipline is just temporary. If you don't address the root issues, you need to change. So that's the reason that never worked long term, because it's not sustainable. So what drives you to eat, hunger or habit?
Habit.
Well, habit is not acceptable. If you say you can't control your eating because you never get full or you're hungry all the time, I can understand. But eating from habit, there is no excuse for that.
There's no excuse at all. I think it's just not caring what I was putting into my body.
All right, so if you want to lose weight, then from here on out, you need to make sure not to eat from habit. Okay, because that's going to be totally up to you. If you're making the choice to eat whatever you want, whenever you want, then there is no magic I can do to make you lose weight. All we can do is give you the roadmap of what to do, what not to do, but you're the one who has to make the choice to follow it, and you're going to have to do the hard work.
Yes, sir.
Ultimately, you're going to need weight loss surgery as a tool to help you do this for the long term. But the way you are right now, if you're eating out of habit, then long term, you're going to fail. And the surgery won't help you. Okay? So at this point, you're going to have to do your part and make the changes. Okay?
Yes, sir.
We'll give you instruction for those changes. But you need to follow that and change your habits now and get down to a healthy weight. Do you know what a normal weight for your height is?
No.
170 pounds.
Ooh.
So you're way away from that, and you have over 400 pounds to lose to get to that weight and a healthy BMI. But right now, you're 5'5", so your BMI is almost 100. And it's very dangerous for you. You know what the life expectancy of a people...
Oh, yeah, guys, everything is in her hands, and she just needs to change her eating habits, control portion, and move more, yeah? And I'm sure she will show us the best results ever. But only under one conditional: if she really follows the rules of this doctor and doesn't eat at night and hour eating.
Your BMI is?
No.
50 years.
Oh.
So you're in your 40s, so that means you don't have much time. You need to change, and you need change now. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
So you need to be serious about this if you're going to do it.
Yes, sir. I'm very serious. I'm very serious. I'm willing to work hard if you accept me in your program, and I'm willing to make the changes that I need to make. I just need the knowledge and the tools that you can give me so that I can make those changes and have a better and healthier life.
So I just hope, how many times it hears these phrases, doctors? How many times? Maybe all people who came to him all time say, I will be stronger, I will be healthier, I will be thinner. Yeah, and the doctors think, just see.
A lifestyle.
Okay. All right. The first step we want to do, get you to eat only 3 times a day with no snacking. And that's going to be only high-protein diet with a no-carb on your diet. Okay? And the limit of what you can eat in a day will be 1,200 calories. Okay?
Okay.
I'm going to give you a list of food that you need to avoid. I'm going to give you some written instructions that I want you to read that explain diet for you to follow. Okay?
Okay.
Then I'm going to also give you the instructions for exercises. I want you to exercise in the morning an hour and in the afternoon 1 hour, and see if you can get yourself in better shape. Okay?
Okay.
All right. If you do that, you're going to be able to lose 60 pounds in 1 month. But the goal I'm going to give you is to lose that much in 2 months. And it's going to be minimal goal for you. But if you stick with the diet that we give you, you can lose much more than that. But in 2 months, if you come in and you lost 5 pounds to 10 pounds, I know you're not serious about
seriously.
it, okay? So I expect you to lose 60 pounds in the next 2 months, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. So who else is in your household besides you and your mom?
My 2 daughters and my grandson.
And any of them encourage you to eat?
No.
Okay, is your mom encourage you to eat more, or mom is always telling you don't eat that much?
No, she'll just fix it and bring it to us. So I can easily tell her no. So I can't even blame her. So it's not like she force-feeding me.
Well, I agree that the blame for your eating habits is on you, and it is your responsibility to change that. But if there are other people living with you that aren't going to support you, it's going to be much more difficult for you. So how are you going to get that support? And how is that going to work in the household dynamic that you got?
That's why I brought Mom with me today. So I want her to learn healthy cooking habits and to help me with my cooking, and we can cook together more instead of her doing most of the cooking, and she can learn the tools that she needs to help me out.
Okay. Mom, you can help her with that?
I have to. I got no choice.
All right, that's good. But Tammy, this is all still going to be up to you. All right? So this is a life changing that you have to do to change your life to be able to live longer. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do that. Okay?
Yes.
So if something happened to you in the state your body is in, like a cold or you fall, that's going to be first domino, push everything. You're not going to survive through it. Okay? So this is very important for you. You understand that, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, moms feel quality, and I'm sure that she really wants her daughter the best, and of course that she wants that her daughter lose weight. And if the relationship between mom and daughter are really nice, yes, that mother always wants the best for her. And guys, I asked you, yeah, which relationship do you have with your parents? As for me, I have really warm relationship with my parents, and sometimes when I have some trouble, yeah, or some serious situation, yeah, or I haven't know what to do, I all time call to my mom or just come in to their house and say, Mom, I need your help. And what about you?
Okay, so Tammy, if you value your life, then you're going to have to work hard, okay? And you're going to have to do your part, okay? So this is going to be all up to you. No one says this is going to be easy, but we can make the hard choices for you. But if you make the right choices, in a year with some skin removal, we can get you down to 170. And your life will be different. Can you imagine yourself being 170 pounds?
I think that was junior high, Dr. Now.
Okay.
I think I was 170 pounds in junior high. I can't even remember that far back.
Well, how your life will be if you're 170 pounds, right?
A whole lot more active.
And better, huh?
Yes.
Well, so at this point, you can either make that happen, or the alternative is you won't be around much longer. So that choice is up to you, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Any other questions?
No, sir. I'm serious, Dr. Now.
All right. I hope so, but we're going to see how you do in 2 months.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to go from there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Let's see you then.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Now.
You're welcome. My biggest concern with Tammy is how high her BMI is, because once it gets over 100, the strain of all that weight on her body starts to break it down to the point where her heart or her lungs or a number of things with her can start to give up. And if that starts to happen with her at any point, there likely won't be anything we can do to stop it and pull her back from that. So Tammy needs to take this very seriously, because she's on a ticking clock with her body to where it could give out at any moment, because there is no way to tell if her body is going to hit its limit.
I'm excited, and I feel like I'm ready to do this. With what Dr. Now gave me and my mom, I feel like I have the tools now to do what I need. I just need to go back home and study them with my mom and learn them so I can start to implement the change. I need to save my life. But this has been a long time coming, and I know I can do this. And I will, because if I don't, I won't have a life. So I'm gonna be all in on this, because I know I have to. And I either do this or I won't make it. So I'm gonna do it.
I guess we'll do the spinach.
Since seeing Dr. Now, me and my mom have worked to adapt my eating habits to be in line with his diet.
Not too many of those tomatoes, Mom.
But it's been a hard change. Just because it's a very restrictive diet and takes away a lot of the foods I'm used to. And the option I have left a lot of times isn't the best tasting. But that hasn't stopped us from doing what we need. And we've worked to get rid of what I'm not supposed to have and focus on the right stuff. I want to prove to Dr. Now that I can do this. So I'm putting forth all the effort I can to work towards the goal he gave me. And I feel like I'm making progress.
Definitely a struggle.
The only thing is that I don't know how much. And that's bothering me some, because you want to see that result.
I'm actually full.
So I feel like I need to know that to help me do this.
So I don't know how she eats without cameras, but now I see only the right food. If she also eats on the regular basics, then I'm sure that we will see the best result. And she will surprise us, I hope.
So my mom had been researching the specialty scales. I guess they can supposedly go up to my weight and follow how I'm doing with my progress.
I was actually kind of good, though.
I think that'll help me and my peace of mind to see my results like that.
Yeah, but I'm going to say that spinach, because in the morning, I'm going to put it in my scrambled eggs. Okay.
But I at least know I'm making some progress, because no matter how hard the diet is with the food, I'm keeping to it, and I'm doing my exercises every day.
Wow. Every day.
I read through the part that has exercises for people my size, and I'm doing the sitting exercises for my upper body every day, and the walking exercises twice a day.
Will you bring me my weights?
These were the ones you were talking about?
Yeah. And I can feel my strength getting better, both in my arms and my legs. At first, my arms got worn out fast, but it takes longer for them to feel that way now. And that's an encouragement to me. I can see the payoff of my work, and that helps me move forward to keep pushing myself. And it's more encouragement to keep pushing myself every day and to not slow down, even with how hard it is. I intend to succeed at this, and that's what I am working toward every day, because I don't have a lot of time with my next appointment in a month.
You walk with me, Bobo.
I have to hit my goal by then, and I don't like surprises.
Come on.
So I don't want to go back.
So, well, now she's so smart, she even tries to do sport activity. Wow, 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 wow. I can say it's congratulations. She's determined, which is great, of course. Guys, and do you lose your weight easily, or it takes some part of time? As for me, I lose my weight so slowly because I had diet, and sometimes I know about the rules about how to lose weight, but of course I don't like it. And what about you?
And get a number that's not good. So I'm working hard to make sure that that doesn't happen, and that when I go back, I show Dr. Now I did it, and that I'm fully ready for his program and surgery, because I'm determined to do whatever I have to not to fail at this.
Oh, 3rd month. Oh, fast.
Well, baby,
This is getting hard.
I know. Yeah, I can only imagine, but we gotta stick with it, baby.
So I checked this scale today. See how I'm doing on it.
Oh.
My next appointment with Dr. Now was supposed to be this week, but my mom managed to get me a special scale I can use at home that goes up to 600 pounds. So I can weigh myself now and know my progress. I'm going as fast as it was.
Hang in there.
And I've only lost around 20 pounds so far, which is 40 pounds less than the goal Dr. Now gave me.
Hungry?
Yeah.
Ooh, me too, baby.
And I was upfront with Dr. Now about it, and that I wanted to reschedule my appointment for a later date. So Dr. Now told me if I haven't lost enough, I could take another month, but that I need to show him good progress and get to my goal if I want to move ahead.
How are you doing?
I want to do Dr. Now eat egg whites every day.
I bet he don't. It ain't so bad. It ain't so hard.
So I'm taking that extra time to work even harder and push myself to do better and lose more. It's been harder than I expected. And I thought I'd had a lot more progress, since I'm not eating any of the things I want and have a craving for.
All right, everybody, I'm done. Y'all ready to eat?
Yep.
I know.
It smells good, Nana.
Here you go, baby.
Thank you.
Welcome. Nene.
Thanks, Nana. Can you bring the syrup?
So it's just been a little demotivating for me to feel like what I'm doing isn't enough and struggle even more to improve. But regardless of that, I'm trying to do it.
Don't look like that. You've been doing good.
Yeah, it gets harder every day.
And just maybe I'll give you a couple of carrots for a treat. I ain't trying. Mommy don't mean to make fun.
Mama's so funny.
You're doing good, baby.
Because I'm still just as determined not to fail at this and to get a better life. So no matter what it takes, I'm gonna keep pushing myself to succeed and do everything I can to make what I'm doing enough by next month for when my appointment is moved to.
Oh, Lord, we get to eat.
I set out to do this, and no matter what, I'm not gonna let myself fail.
Oh, nope. You got spinach, I got bacon.
Struggle is real.
So guys, you know, I really like her fighting spirit. So she's strong, she sees the goal and goes towards it step by step, and I appreciate it. Really, for me it's wow. So cool. No, 5th month. What happened? What about her weight?
I don't know how this is gonna go today.
Ooh, that's a long ride.
Originally, my second appointment was supposed to be 2 months ago, but I'd only lost around 20 pounds at that point. And since I wasn't at the goal Dr. Now gave me, he gave me another month to get to it. And I tried a lot harder for that whole time. But I didn't lose a whole lot more. So I just needed more time again.
Tammy?
But Dr. Now said I had to come back in regardless of where I was at, because he's worried about how much strain I've had on my body. So I'm back in to see him, even though I know
So
I'm not at his goal. He said to lose 60 pounds, but so far I've lost around 38 to 40 pounds.
Yay! Oh, that's a good one.
Not bad,
That's
not
a
bad.
little better than I was expecting. So that extra bit I lost was a nice surprise to see. But I still don't know how Dr. Now is going to see my progress because it's not as much as he wanted. I want very much to succeed at this and to show Dr. Now I can do this. And I've tried. It just all wasn't enough. And it bothers me because I feel like I'm working really hard to do this. I trust Dr. Now and what he said I should lose with the diet he gave me. It's just a bit of a mystery to me why my body isn't responding to what I'm doing because I feel like I've been doing everything I can.
Good girl.
Hello, how y'all doing?
Hello, doctor.
Hi, Dr. Now.
Well, we got a full house today.
Yes.
So who you got with you today?
My mom and my oldest daughter, Serenity, and my grandson, Caden.
And what is this one?
This is Lily.
Well, nice to have all of you in here.
Thank you.
All right. But Tammy, I thought I would never see you again. So what happened in the past 4 months? Because you asked for more time, then you didn't show up next month. So we didn't hear from you, you didn't show up, and now you show up.
Yes, sir. I was just trying to lose all the weight you told me to.
Okay. But you still didn't do that because you only lost 40 pounds in 4 months. So that's about 10 pounds a month. But you should have easily lost 2 to 3 times that. Because if you are 600 pounds, you can lose 10 pounds a week. So what changes you have made in your eating habit?
Well, I followed your diet, and I have cut out the fruit. Remember, that's what we talked about. I always thought fruit was a good thing to put into a diet, but now I understand it has a lot of sugar. And I'm on the right path, and I'm proud.
Well, I'm glad that you're feeling good about your progress. And I don't want to shout at your ego and all that, but the problem is, even if you could maintain this rate, you're not losing enough to get to your target weight. It will take you over 3 years to do that. And there is a good chance you won't survive that long if you leave all the strain your weight put on your body for that long. So this is going to be very important that you lose weight more quickly. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay?
How
Yes,
much
sir.
you talking? You gotta lose how much more?
Well, she has to lose as much as she can. But right now, Tammy, you're not losing weight fast enough, okay?
Okay.
The reality is you're still overeating out of habit. That is likely a reaction for food comfort. So I'm going to get you to see a therapist and see if they can start to help you improve your eating habits.
Okay.
Yeah, I also think that the best way to lose weight without any consequences is go to psychologist and solve this problem, because all people have some problems inside them, and of course it is the best way just to talk. Some relaxed atmosphere, you can talk about everything, it's a third person, and you can explain about all your fear, about all your scaring in your life or something else. So I think this doctor is perfect.
Okay. He's trying to talk. Now, he's telling me why you haven't lost more weight.
Yeah,
Is
I
that what
told
you're
him
saying?
I gotta stay on my healthy diet so I can keep up with him. And he has a cousin, too.
Well, that is a good motivation. All right. Now, you talk about your eating habit. What are you doing with your activity and exercise?
Yes, sir. I do my upper body exercises every day. I bought some of those bands, and I bought me some small weights. And I'm also walking every day, 2 times a day. And I'm getting to where I can go further each time.
So your stamina pretty good?
Yes, sir. And it's building up more and more. And I can tell now I can walk easier. And I usually have some knee pain, but I can feel how it's easing up on my knee.
Well, you can tell how much difference you have with losing 40 pounds, right?
Yes, sir.
But you have almost 400 pounds more to go. Can you tell if you lose that, how you're going to be feeling?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is
This is just a glimpse, just a small glimpse.
All right. So you need to keep going and working hard. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do for your next goal. Since you lost 40 pounds, I'm going to approve you for weight loss surgery, providing that you lose another 40 pounds in 2 months.
Okay.
So double how fast you're losing weight. And if you do that and lose another 40 pounds in 2 months, we will move ahead with weight loss surgery for you. How does that sound to you?
That sounds great.
And she
I
needs
thank
it.
you so much for all your help.
Well, just make that progress, and I will schedule your surgery for 2 months from now. But if you show up with that weight loss, we will move ahead. But if you don't, I will cancel it. You got that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, God.
All right, so stay on track. And I think the weight loss surgery is going to be a powerful tool for you to change your eating habit and get yourself in better shape. Then we're going to get you down to 100 pounds in a year.
Oh,
Wow.
well, can you help me?
Wow.
Got it like that.
Thank you, Dr. Now. Thank you for all your help.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He says, thank you, Dr. Now.
All right, well, nice to see you all again. And if you need anything before I see you, give me a call.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Dr. Now.
You're welcome.
Ooh, baby, baby.
I'm glad to see that Tammy lost a decent amount of weight, but it is very important that she loses a lot more as soon as possible, because at her current weight, she still has too much strain on her whole system that is taking a toll on her and pushing her body to its limit. So hopefully having goal of weight loss surgery will help motivate her to lose more weight faster, especially during psychotherapy, because Tammy doesn't realize the degree her emotional issues are still driving her to eat as a way to cope. And if she doesn't start to understand and address that, then not only will she not make it to the goal she needs to move ahead with weight loss surgery, there'll be no way she'll be successful in the long term. So how she handles things and the choices she makes next are very important for Tammy, because they will likely determine if she's going to ultimately succeed or fail at this.
I'm thankful for the outcome today and that Dr. Now recognizes my progress and hard work. And I'm excited at the opportunity to get weight loss surgery because I know I can hit the goal for that. I've already lost that goal once. I just have to do it faster this time around. And I think having the surgery to motivate me will help me do that. Yeah, Mary. So I feel like I'm moving forward, and I'm happy about that. And ready to do what I need to make sure that in 2 months, I'll move ahead and get my weight loss surgery.
I hope to. So I think the hardest in all of this is just to forget about your old habits and start with new habits, with new eating, with a new step in your life. I mean about productivity, it's all necessary part in her life, and I think that she deserves for better life than now. Of course she deserves. Now they're coming to psychologist.
I'm in Houston to go to the therapy appointment Dr. Now wanted. But I also know how much I've already cut back. So I'm not sure that my emotions play a significant enough role to where doing this therapy is going to be the thing that improves my progress enough. But I think this process will be good for me. And I'm open to seeing how it can help me. So I'm taking this seriously.
Hi there, are you Tammy?
Hello, yes, sir.
Hi, Tammy, come on in.
Hello. And I'm open to what I can gain from it.
Come here, Lily. Good girl. Come on.
Hi, Tammy.
Hi.
Thanks for coming. I'm Dr. Paradise.
It's nice to meet you.
Who'd you bring with you?
This is my mom, Pauline.
Hi, Pauline.
Hi.
And that's Lily, right?
This is Lily, my
Okay.
service dog.
Fantastic. Let's just start. Tell me a little about yourself. Where are you from? How old are you?
I'm 41.
Okay.
42 in June. I was born in California.
Oh, good for you.
But I was raised in Texas.
Okay.
I was young when I got pregnant. After I had my third child, their father was murdered. So I basically raised them by myself.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, his then girlfriend She went into a drunken rage, and she stabbed him twice in the chest and killed him.
So how old were your kids at that point?
My oldest son was 4. My oldest daughter was 3. And then my baby girl had just turned 1.
So how did that affect you to get, it's your children's father, but also a guy you had been emotionally close with?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I don't think I had time to process it.
Okay.
Because here I was left with 3 babies.
Sure, yeah.
Babies, practically. And it was like, okay, I gotta go. I'm it.
Your kid's dad died. You seem to stay strong through that. I don't know if did you grieve that?
I don't want anybody to see that. To me, it feels like a part of weakness. And I don't want anybody to see that vulnerable side of me.
Okay.
I stop it.
So I wonder what the disadvantage of not being able to have an emotional reaction with somebody else around is.
I don't know.
You think that showing emotion, even when something really bad happens, I mean, your kid's dad was murdered. Even in that case, showing your emotions would be weakness.
Mm-hmm.
I want to work on that. So, Tammy, I want you to go back to the grave, bring your family, and I want you to really feel it, because that's a huge loss for your kids, the loss of their father, but it's a really big loss for you, too.
Yes.
Of course.
So I kind of want you to feel that. And I'm not doing this to make you feel bad. I just want you to experience your full emotions, because then you can work through it. You know, sometimes you have to really experience something in order to find the other side of it.
Yeah.
You're tentative, aren't you?
I just don't like to be the Debbie Downer, and I always feel like I don't like to draw the mood down. I feel
but
Tammy,
I
know if I cry, they gonna cry.
I worry that you're teaching your kids to bottle stuff up. Part of the reason people cry at funerals is because it allows them to get it out. It's part of the process. And when you hold it inside, can you guess what happens?
Builds up.
Yeah, it just rots in there. It stays there. You're not working through it.
I never thought about that.
I'm glad you told her that.
I think there's a lot of great things in your future when you stop being so strong for everybody else and start being strong for yourself. It was great to meet you both.
Thanks, you too. And I love that name, Paradise.
Dr. Paradise. Yeah.
Thank you. I know this was something that I really need, so I can start to heal myself.
Yeah, he gave to her really good advices, and I think that it can help her, of course. Guys, and how often do you come to the psychologist, or do you have also an experience for coming to the psychologist? As for me, I had, and now I also have, and I have some problems here, or I can find the decision of my problem. I all time are connecting with my psychologist and told that sorry, I need you, I need some conversation, because it is impossible without you. And what about you? Do you use this these settings?
Oh, I can get up from here and get to a better place in my life.
You tired, girl?
Because I'm ready for that. Thank you. Thank you. Today, me and my family are going to honor my kid's dad, Victor. We're going to his resting site. And I think this is going to be an important moment for me. Losing Victor is the greatest pain I've ever felt. And I've just kept it with me. And it's been this weight on me.
Yeah, and this pain is still living inside her, and sometimes it's not sometimes, and often it destroys her. And maybe now it is a reason why she sizes her habits with food, and why she are eating and doesn't feel anything. Maybe it's also a reason. What do you think, guys?
Of grief that is there behind everything, every day of my life. And I know I need healing from that.
When's the last time you've been here? It's been 18 years?
Yeah.
we're here, baby.
I know. I hate coming out here. Makes me relive it all over again.
Oh, no, I can imagine.
So I do think that Dr. Paradise is right, and that I need to find some closure with my pain. And that's the process I'm hoping can start for today.
Cold, Papa.
By doing this with the family.
Can I see Papa? I don't know this ground, so.
Put the Morian down. You can put some flowers out there.
You want to put them on Papa? You want to go say hi to Papa? Come on. Come on. You say hi, Papa. Say hi, Papa.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's a struggle every day. Even 20 years later. Seems like it was just yesterday. Well, boo, life has not been easy without you. I still feel your presence every day. But we keep going every day. It's a journey. 3 kids, 2 grandkids. I think we did all right.
So I'm gonna head to the car.
Say bye, Papa. You good, baby?
Yeah.
Okay.
So sensible situation.
I'm thankful I was able to do this, to face these emotions I've had. We love you by sharing what I did. I'm not sure if this will have any effect on me physically, but I know it has for my soul and my mentality, because I already feel a weight off of me. This was a very big step for me today, and I want to keep moving towards being healthy in all aspects of my life. And with my physical improvements, I know over the next 2 months, I'll get to my goal so I can move ahead with my surgery, because I'm more encouraged and determined than ever to do all I need to finally get a better life.
COVID-19. No video call.
Hi, Tammy. How are you?
I'm doing okay, considering.
Have you and your family been holding up okay?
We're doing okay. Just hoping things can get back to normal soon.
I know it is a stressful time, but are you still sticking to your diet and doing the exercises?
No, not completely.
So have you lost any more weight?
I haven't lost any more, but I haven't gained either.
Well, I'm glad you're not gaining, but you need to keep losing because you still have a lot of strain in your body that you need to reduce. And that's only going to happen if you lose a lot more weight.
I know, Doctor, now, and I take that seriously. And I'm trying to do that as much as I can.
Okay, but if you start to gain again, aside from the risk to your health, the other thing is that we won't be able to move ahead with your weight loss surgery. Once we are able to do that again, and you need to lose another 40 pounds to reach the goal I gave you. To show me you're going to stick with it like you need. So it's important to stay on track and do all that.
I'm trying, Doctor, now.
Okay. Have you had any health issues lately? Like chest pain or issues with your breathing?
No.
Okay, if there are any issues like that, or if you're not feeling well, give me a call, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir, Doctor, now.
Don't ignore it until it becomes a big problem, because you're too scared to go to hospital right now. Because if you have a medical emergency, you might not make it. So you can't ignore any issues like that. and you need to keep losing weight to get healthy. So your body isn't in a place that can give up so easily. You understand that?
Yes, Dr. Now, I do.
Okay. You need anything?
I'm good right now, just stressed. And I want things to get back to some normalcy soon.
I can understand that, but trying to take it one day at a time to keep moving forward. Your progress has been slow, but at least you're making progress. So don't let that stop.
I won't, Dr. Now.
Have you talked to Dr. Paradise lately?
I'll talk to him again soon.
Okay, that's good. Keep working with him and doing what you need to stay on track and hang there, okay?
I will, Dr. Now.
I know this isn't an easy time, but you need to keep focused on your health still. That's very important, Tammy, okay?
Yes, sir, Dr. Now.
Okay. I will schedule an in-person appointment with you as soon as possible. But in the meantime, if you need anything, give me a call.
I will. Thank you, Dr. Now.
You're welcome. Okay, bye now.
Bye, Dr. Now.
Oh, 1 year and 1 month, so Does she lose her weight?
Hey.
What you doing?
Nothing, just scrolling.
I'm about to get some groceries ordered. Get some stuff, healthy stuff. Would you grab my coat for me? I'm ready to go pick up.
Yeah, sure.
It's been a long 7 months. Things are finally getting a little better. But for the first couple of months of being at home, I was trying my hardest to stick to everything exactly. But then to have everything change has been very discouraging to me. All right.
She is going to the walk.
So it just got harder to manage all my meals. And so my weight loss slowed. And at this point, I'm still around the same weight I was the last time I saw Dr. Now. But I didn't gain. I see that as a small victory for me. I want to go and try and get my surgery scheduled again. Now that it's possible and can happen again. I called Dr. Now to set an appointment, and I have that in a couple of weeks. And I'm trying to lose as much as I can by then. So I got different stuff, like I never tried Brussels sprouts, but I hear, people talk about, you ain't never tried them. I'm gonna try them though. Might want to park it. But my hope is that if I show Dr. Now that I've made some progress, then he'll schedule my weight loss surgery again with the same goal and challenge as last time. Did we get everything that was on the list?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Such an interesting delivery. To compare with Ukraine, we haven't got the same. So for us, for example, if you want to have this delivery, you just write which products, or some else, what do you need, for example, medicine, or some food, or some dessert, something of else. And then this delivery came to your house and called to you and say, hi, I'm here. You can come to me. Like this, but in her case, yes, they need to come to this shop, or what is it? And like that. It's interesting.
Awesome. You're all loaded, ma'am. You have a great day.
Thank you so much. You too. So my focus is to try and lose as much as I can by then, because I'm very ready to make up for all that lost time so I can finally get my life back. I feel like I keep having to wait or face obstacles to move forward. And that's been frustrating because I'm tired of waiting for the life I want. So now that I have a chance to get back to it, I don't want to let any more time slip by. I'm ready to do this and start living like I want, and I'm ready to do it now.
Oh, the most interesting part. 1 year and 2 months. And what about her result?
Me and my mom are back at Dr. Now's for an appointment after a long while. But I'm worried about how it's gonna go. I've been trying to get back on track and make some progress by today.
Miss Patton?
To see if Dr. Now will put my surgery back on the schedule again. But I don't think I've lost as much as I was hoping to.
No, we can
My
see.
home scale didn't show me much progress when I weighed myself before coming down to Houston. I was still around 550, which is where I was at my last appointment. But last time when I got here, I had lost more than I thought. So I'm hoping that that's what happens today, and that I have some progress to show Dr. Now from how I've been trying. I'm disappointed at that number because I feel like it doesn't reflect the hard work I've been putting towards losing weight recently. Because I've been trying very hard, so I feel a little discouraged right now. I'm worried that after all this time, where I've had to wait for my surgery, that now...
So of course it's so hard to lose this weight, yeah, but I think that now she will find some excuses why she can't lose this fucking weight and say a lot of obstacles that she had. But guys, you know, the truth is not about what happened, why you can't. The main point is why you can't, and it is the most necessary in losing weight.
I'm not gonna be able to get it.
Hello, how y'all doing?
Hello, Dr. Now, how are you?
Good. How y'all holding up?
Oh, it's been hard, doctor, but we hanging in there. We're doing all right.
I'm glad to hear that. But as hard as it has been, I was hoping that you will stay on track with your weight loss. And basically, you have stayed in the same weight.
Yeah, doctor, I know. I have been trying hard, and I've taken the things that you've given me and the stuff that Dr. Paradise wanted me to work on. I've taken that time at home, and it has helped. I know it has. It kept me from gaining. I've tried, I promise I have. It's just really been hard.
I understand that, and I'm glad that you haven't gained, because 2 pounds is normal fluctuation of weight. So that's positive that you haven't gained, okay? But the fact is, you're still not losing, and you haven't for the past 7 or 8 months. That means you're still eating at least 5,000 calories a day to maintain that. So we can't move ahead with the surgery with that pattern, especially for that longer time. So the only option is that you get back on track and you show me you can do this again. You think you can do that?
Yes, sir, I can, Dr. Now, and I will. I am ready. And whatever you ask me to do, I'm going to do it so that I can get approved again and get my surgery.
Since you didn't gain, I'm going to give you the same goal as last time. I want you to lose 40 pounds over the next 2 months. So what you did the first time in 2 months instead of 4. You think you can do that?
Yes, sir. I sure will, Dr. Now.
Okay. Are you keeping up with your psychotherapy?
I do need to set up another appointment, but I promise I'm going to do that.
Okay, good. Let me know if you need any help to arrange that. But make sure you do that.
I sure will. You know, Dr. Now, I ain't never been a quitter. I ain't never gave up, and I'm not about to start now.
All right. So we'll see you in 2 months. And let me know if you need anything.
Thank you, Dr. Now.
You're welcome. All right. I'll see you later.
All right.
Bye. I am disappointed to see that Tammy hasn't made any progress since I saw her last. I know it's been a hard and stressful time, but it's still just as important as ever for her to reduce the strain on her body as soon as possible. And at her weight and BMI, she could have easily lost a good amount of weight in that time to do that. Thankfully, she didn't gain anything and add to that strain. And from what she says, that is because she started working on her emotional issues that is driving her to eat. But she needs to continue to work on that and stick to the diet because every day she keeps that amount of excess weight on her body, she's taking a big risk. It could push her body to a very dangerous point. And the longer she lets her situation stay like that, the riskier it gets. So it's very important she takes this very seriously now and doesn't waste any more time and gets back to doing what she needs before it's too late for her.
I feel like Dr. Now gave me a fair goal. And I know it's one I can reach. So I'm glad he's given me the chance to do that. I'm gonna spend these next 2 months with all my focus on losing that amount and doing what I need because I know he's right and that I'm running out of time. And I don't want to let that.
Yeah, all that she needs is just to control her portion, yeah, and follow the rules of the doctor. I think it is the two main thing to lose her weight in her case.
That happened. So I'm going to do everything I possibly can to make sure it doesn't and that I succeed at this.
Tammy,
how she changed her life?
Yeah.
I'll cook you something light, simple, and healthy.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. I know that I can't let anything keep me from making the goal this time. Hand me the meatballs, please.
I'm gonna weigh these out before I cook them?
Yeah. So me and my mom are being extra careful about every meal.
4 ounces?
Yeah, no more than 4 ounces on the meat. These are pretty big meatballs, though. We're checking every ingredient to make sure nothing goes into my meals that I'm not supposed to have. And we're measuring every single thing, so I'll only have the exact amount I'm supposed to. So there's 5. 4.2. Right there.
Okay. This all you can have? I'm not used to making this a little bit. I'm gonna put it on 2. Then you gonna weigh it out?
No, I don't have to weigh it. This is a cup. I'm making sure not to make any mistakes this time and do every single thing I can to lose as much weight as possible. They want you to have more
2 months,
veggies,
45 pounds.
They want you to get full on the veggies. That includes paying attention to every part of my diet, doing my exercises, and working on more things with therapy.
Did I get you full?
Surprisingly, it does. You just gotta do what you gotta do. And some of what I've been doing is sharing the guilt I feel over not being able to be there for my kids like I wanted as their mom because of my weight and because of what I let happen. And I feel like that's been another big step, not just for myself, but for the relationship with my kids. They've been a real support of me and even shared that they're proud of me for how I'm fighting to get my life right and to get healthy.
Where do you get the drink?
I'll drink water anyway. And that encouraged me a lot. Try the meatball.
Oh, baby, I don't know how you do it.
So I feel very thankful for them and the support of my whole family. It makes me want to show them all that I'm going to do this even more now.
Go thing bad.
So I feel like I'm working my hardest yet.
So interesting situation. Mom eats just broccoli, yeah, but her daughter eats meat with broccoli. Why mom doesn't eat broccoli? What is the point?
And even in just a week's time since my appointment, I'm seeing progress on the scale. So that makes me feel like my hard work is validated.
It's good?
It's good to you?
I couldn't do it, baby.
You gotta get to your goal. So my focus is just to keep doing this and working just as hard over the next 7 weeks so that when I go back to see Dr. Now, I'll have my best results yet.
Mama ain't got the willpower you have.
and hit my goal so I can get weight loss surgery. Because I know I'm gonna run out of time and chances if I don't do that. So I'm more determined than ever to make sure I succeed.
I don't think I can eat no more of this.
Broccoli?
Oh, baby.
Oh. 1 year and 4 months, yeah. Now I will watch her result. It's so interesting.
I'm back to see Dr. Now again.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited for my appointment today. Because I know my hard work and dedication has paid off like I needed it.
Miss Patton?
And I think Dr. Now is going to be very happy with my progress today. At my last appointment 2 months ago, I was at 552. And my goal was to lose 40 pounds to get to 512 at least. But I know I've done even better than that goal this time.
Yes! Good girl. Oh, my
wow. It's
I pushed myself to do everything I was able to do to lose as much weight as I could over the last 2 months. And I was very proud to see it result in more and more weight loss each week.
Hello, how y'all doing?
Hi, Dr. Now, how are you?
Dr. Now.
I'm doing well. How you been?
Oh, we're doing good.
I see that you lost almost 60 pounds, so what kind of changes you made this time that start working?
I've taken everything that you have taught me, everything that Dr. Paradise has said to me, and working on the emotional part, and I put it all together with my diet, with the exercise, and I think that's why I've been successful.
Well, that's great. So you got hold of your bad habit and you're working on your emotional issues. And that's a good progress you're making.
Yeah.
So with your recent progress and losing almost 100 pounds so far, I'm going to approve you for weight loss surgery again.
yes. Congratulations.
Thank you. Hey.
Good job.
With COVID, it's going to take a little bit longer to schedule your surgery. So we're going to get a date for you, and probably will be a couple of months from now. But we'll get you on schedule as soon as possible. So stay on track and keep losing until then, so there'll be no issues when we're ahead then.
No problem, Dr. Now. I will keep on doing whatever I got to do to get this surgery, and thank you for all your help, sir.
That's great, and I'm proud of you for your hard work you have done. So this next year is going to be very important for you because we're going to try to get you to your target weight of 170 pounds.
I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Okay, Pauline, are you proud of Tammy?
I am so proud of her. She is taking total control of her life, and I'm happy. It's been a big weight off for me.
It's a big
Not
work,
having to
really.
worry about her, but I know we have a long way to go. But we're gonna stay focused.
That's great. I want you to keep doing that good work and stay focused and keep losing, okay?
Okay.
All right, we're gonna get you a surgery date, but we probably have to redo some of your testing before then, and we'll go from there. Just stick with it until then.
Yes, sir. I promise.
Okay, nice to see you again, and stay safe, and let me know if you need anything, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Now, for everything.
And you're quite welcome, all right?
I promise I'm going to stick to it.
All right, great.
Thank you, Dr. Now.
All right, bye now.
Bye.
I'm proud of her.
I'm very proud of Tammy for sticking with it and getting to where she is now. I know not moving ahead with her surgery because of everything after her first approval was discouraging for her, but she got back on track and did what she needed. It may have taken her a while to get to this point, but she didn't give up, and she proved to me she can do this for the long run. So as soon as we are able, we'll get her on a schedule to do her weight loss surgery. And that will help her lose even more weight quickly to continue to reduce the strain on her body. But if she sticks with it like she is now and stays on track, then I have no doubt we will be able to get her down to her target weight within the next year.
But she has a good process and progress.
I feel very excited to have my approval for my weight loss surgery. And I feel a lot of pride for accomplishing what I have. Hopefully, it'll be very soon. Because I'm ready for it. But until I can get it, I'm gonna keep my focus on doing what I need. So I'm staying on track, no matter what. I just really hope it doesn't take long.
Oh, 1 year and 5 months. 6 months. She lost weight. Wow.
This past month, I had my biggest progress in 1 month yet. Mama, let me show you some of the workout stuff I've been doing. You wanna grab some of those weights? I've lost another 28 pounds since seeing Dr. Now. So I feel very good about my progress and how I'm doing. Sometimes I just jog for like 2 hours in place. I think my biggest problem in the beginning when I started the diet was not realizing how much I was still eating portion-wise and what was sending me to eat like that with some of my emotions. If you're tired, that means you're burning calories. But with my hunger lessening, as I work on things, I'm seeing more results and better progress. And I'm also very excited because Dr. Now says I'm gonna be able to get my surgery in a little over 3 weeks. So the victory to all my hard work is finally in sight. And I'm looking forward to getting that tool to help me do even better.
I'm so proud of you, baby.
Thank you. Dr. Now says if I keep applying myself, I could be to my goal weight within a year. And so that's what I'm focusing on doing.
Look at us.
So I'm very excited about that. And I'm gonna work my hardest to make sure I get to that and I succeed like I intended at the start.
Did we just do scissor kicks?
I feel like I've learned a lot so far on this journey, and not just about nutrition and health, but about myself and how to heal like I need. So I plan to keep that process of growth and discovery going and do what I have to stay on track and make it to my goal. So I feel very good and confident about myself and my future because I know where I'm going now. And I also have no doubt I'm gonna get there.
Nice. So guys, and this is the end of the story, and all what I can say is that this person is truly so stubborn and so strong, and as we saw together, yes, she handled it, and it is really nice. I hope that she will have the surgery and she will the most happiest person in the world. And I think that after 1 year we will watch some video, I mean about some TV show, yeah, in which she will the thinnest and the most sexy in the world too. So guys, thank you for your time with me. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did, and don't forget about likes and comments. It is so necessary for me, and I hope that you will have a really nice day, sunny day, and see you next time. See you guys, bye.